Hello. Hey, what's up? The live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast happens today and every day with a whole host of people that support the show. Sponsorships. Thank you so much. The Kent County Health Department. Anything you need COVID related, accesskent.com/health. You remember, like, Zane, your energy level is lower than normal. You're talking slower. I have to be careful. This ridiculous lesion in my mouth is just crushing me. If you've listened to me for any amount of time, at various moments, you've heard me complain about these ridiculous canker sores. And I did it yesterday, and I'm like, okay, none of this. He's got to power through. And I know, but it's like there's a little person inside my mouth with a little dagger, and he's just, or like a hot poker. And on the underside of my tongue, he's just like singeing the hell out of that thing. And strangely enough, after I start talking, it subsides. But the first minute or two is a real shit show. Oh, my God. Terrible. Oh. We'll make it through. I don't think there's anything at accesskent.com/health on canker sore care. I'm on my own. The problem is, if I sense one's, like, they start out teeny tiny, like the size of a pinhead, and then it, like, eats your inside of your mouth. Like this, it should be called cancer sore because it's like a little localized version of that, and then it heals up on its own. However, I've found that if I use, like, Listerine, when it's like that, when it's little and not that bad, it stops it. I've discovered this cure on my own. Despite the knowledge and knowing that that actually works, did I do that? No. It's just stupid. Story of my life. I got the answer right in front of me, and now it's the size of a dime. And shit. Oh, my God. Anybody who's ever suffered these, you know how bad these are. The worst is when you, like, bite the inside of your mouth and you get these two little abrasions from teeth or whatever, and then they end up growing together. Together! Tony Horton. Some of you get that reference. Oh. All right. Anyway, accesskent.com/health. COVID related. How to get the vaccine, or at least how to wait for the vaccine, and COVID testing stations throughout the area. Thank you very much. All right. Coming up on the 28th, that's a Sunday, February 28th. Paintball War number 12. Yes, the Midwinter Massacre at TC Paintball. All right. The more people we have, the more fun it is. Fortunately, this is a gigantic complex. We stay away. This is how we do it. We put the pizza at the center table. We put like 8 pizzas from BC Pizza. People go up, get their pizza, get out, pig out, talk from across the room. How you doing? I'm going to shoot you in the face. Okay, great. Divide the teams, have at it. Before that, you put down $35. You get the mask, you get the gun, you get the paint. If you already got that stuff, sorry, it's already a lower price to begin with. Normally, it's $48 to play like this. Zane Show podcast listeners get it for $35. Off we go. At the end of the event, we do the Battle Royale, where all of the Zane Show podcast listeners take on Rick from TC Paintball. It's awesome. This event is the first time we'll also play Jelly Ball, which is brand new at TC Paintball. That's going to be fantastic. We're all indoors. We're all good. It's going to be fun. $35, 3 hours of play. A 3-hour event, I should say, including the pizza party. Starts at 5 p.m. on Sunday, the 28th of February. Reach out to me. Gather the kids. There's no excuse why you're, hey, look, if you got free time and the kids are looking for something to do, this is what you do. It's going to be awesome. I'll be there. Rick will be there. Usual suspects. I want to see some new faces at TC Paintball. Reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com with an RSVP. Thank you very much. You know?
Why y'all get me fucked up?
You forgot to say on a Zaniac Zoom.
Zaniac Zoom!
There it is.
There it is. Palorito, save that shit.
Palorito.
Zaniac Zoom!
Palorito.
Palorito, you heard him.
It is the 19th of February, 2021. The show comes to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins. Where do I want to go? Now.
Hey, this is Dirk in Clearwater, Florida. When I'm not slapping the bass,
I'm sending old links.
I'm listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast.
And watching conspiracy theory movies. And sending links about conspiracy theories. And old links. Welcome in, folks. Thank you so much for being here. The Eric Zane Show podcast. Yeah. The Eric Zane Show podcast, yeah. He's talking lots of shit and he's getting in trouble. Eric Zane. He's talking lots of shit and he's getting into trouble. Eric Zane. Eric Zane, he's talking shit. I could probably write some words for this. Okay, hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for being here. This is a daily podcast where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures, and oh, so many of those. Thank you so much for being part of it. So it's been a long time. Been doing this show. Thank you so much. And this is how you get the show. First of all, that is an on-time start. That is officially an on-time start. I can only imagine how long it's been since I've had 3 days in a row with an on-time start. And I tell you what, I'm proud of that. Little victories. So thank you for being part of it. Each and every morning, I'm live on what you can watch on any platform you want. That would be Facebook is the one, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Please share it. Please give me a mad face or whatever, a sad face or the crying face. You know, isn't that what you do? When someone makes the post, when they're like, oh, they're all bummed out, you got to give them the arms around you. You know, I love you. You know, that's the way people offer support these days. They don't actually, call you or check on you. The internet has made it so all you need to do on Facebook is leave the I care face. Okay. I'm always tempted when someone posts, they're sitting there explaining what's bugging them, to put the laughy face on there. Then just watch the fireworks. How you can just see people's heads just explode. Oh yeah, I'm really bummed out. My mom just she got eaten by a shark, and I'm really, really sad. And then everybody's, oh my God, wow. And then you one would be a laughy face, and then watch everybody just lose their mind and then just say it was a fat finger moment. I just make up a lie. It was an accident. I didn't mean to put the laughy face out. It's probably never happened. No, it probably has. It's probably happening right now. You can also get this show on Twitter, a Periscope video brought to you by Blue Frost IT, online at bluefrostit.com. Please retweet it with a ridiculous quote. I think the clubhouse leader on Twitter retweets with nasty quotes is Sarah Rutch. Yesterday's, she wrote, "Oh, yeah. More put you to sleep celestial Mars talk," with an eye roll. Thrown in with a little fart talk and ramblings about other nonsense. I couldn't tell you what else, but it's better than listening to my coworkers yapping. Download at castbox_FM and listen. Oh, my God, she's brutal. Oh, just kick your ass with her mouth. All right. So thank you for that. I encourage that. I asked for this. This is what I signed up for. Show is also on YouTube. Subscribe to the show. Search Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Subscribe to it. Hit the bell notification so you know when I go live, and hit the thumbs up button. These are all things that help your old pal Eric. Okay? And the audio podcast, of course, available wherever you download shows. Okay? Just search Eric Zane. You'll find it. Or you can go to ericzaneshow.com and click right at the top where it says free podcast, and the rest is self-explanatory. It's always something when you look at the comments or something like that on one of the usual spots where the show is seen, or you get an email from someone said, "I had no idea you were doing this." It's like, yep, that's how it goes. You would think that if someone follows you on Facebook that they would know that, but Facebook's tricky because you can post something and it's only going to go to like a small number of people that are actually following you. Okay. Because they learn that if they make you pay for it by boosting your post, they can make more money. It's brilliant. It's actually a really, really great way to do it. But I'm cheap. I do it on the free thing. Just post it, hope for the best. Seems to be doing okay. Got a tremendous amount of people that support the show, and I'm very, very thankful each and every day for having that. I feel good. I look good. I feel good. And I hope you do too. All right. Let's check out what's going on here. Say hi to some folks. I see Tony is there. Tony, I noticed you sent me you tried FaceTiming me, and I'm meaning to do that, okay? I know Blind Tony, who is just terrific. He's the guy that was trying to get to Alaska. He's the dude from Beep Beep Baseball, you know? I mean, now he's establishing a whole new set of criteria for why he's amazing, that being part of the show and kind of diving in with this group. How about that? He's awesome. And, since I've known him since he was, as old people say, knee-high to a grasshopper, it's just cool to have him part of this. So he was doing that GoFundMe trying to get his ass back to Alaska. We talked about that on the show. And hold on a second, I'm distracted here. I'm going to make sure I got my marker for A-hole of the day. I see he FaceTimes me, and I'm like, oh, great. And I was in the middle of something, so I didn't pick it up. So then dude reaches out to Diana, and I hear her talking, and I go, and I'm like, and she hangs it up. I go, who was that? She goes, that was Tony. I go, oh, how's he doing? Yeah, he called me too. She goes, yeah, he just wanted to talk. He's awesome. I go, I know he is, man. The guy's spirit is off the rails. That dude crushes it. I'm telling you, man. Whoever is working with Tony is absolutely in good shape, because this guy is just an unbelievable ass kicker. Jason Schaefer writes, can A-hole the day be Michigan unemployment? Oh, I'm sorry, man. You must be having a handful of issues there. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. Oh, my God. That can... He writes, holy crap, I finally got through to unemployment. Yeah, it's a tough thing, man. It is tough. Yeah, what you do is just put the phone on speaker and just go about your day, clean the house. There's an app that you can download, and it works like a charm, where you can put like a phone number in, and then it puts you, when you're in the front of the line, it'll call your phone. Now, of course, you got to have your ringer on, but I think it's awesome. I've heard really good things about that. All right. Welcome in. I'm so happy you're all here. All right, we got a lot of ground to cover on the show today. Let's get to it. A local leader here in my neck of the woods is under fire. Well, not really my neck of the woods. It's a couple counties over. But this is, oh boy, this has pissed some people off. And she did it in the lion's den. She had a very unpopular opinion that she barked out on her Facebook page about the death of Rush Limbaugh. Now, when I say unpopular, I mean in that neck of the woods. This lady is in like a Republican stronghold. She's in a county known as Berry County. Berry County is the place where that Sheriff Darleaf works. I think that's where Darleaf works. Knowing me, I'm going to get that wrong. Darleaf. Yeah. Darleaf is the sheriff of Berry County. He has nothing to do with this, but the reason why I bring that up is Leaf is the guy who, goes to poker parties with the same dudes who wanted to fucking kidnap and kill the governor. You know, all that right-wing shit goes on in Berry County. So, when Rush Limbaugh dies, I mean, those people it's like a national day of mourning to a great number of people that live there. But did that stop this local leader in the community of Middleville from taking her finger and sticking it right in the eye of everybody on Facebook after that guy died? No. Oh, man. And so now everybody's pissed. Holy crap. Cover that story. Got a news story that goes along with that. A hot mic on TV can sometimes lead to hilarity. We'll check that out. A lady taking a potty break in an outhouse in Alaska had the shock of a lifetime when she sat down. Oh, boy. Yeah, Tony, you want to go to Alaska? You might even be there now. I don't know. You want to go to Alaska? My God. Also, an embarrassing revelation for me in the continuing saga of Joe Rogan, Fallon Fox, transgendered person fighting MMA. This is a real low point for me. I'm both embarrassed. I'm angry. I wanna challenge. I want to fight the guy who led me to this in an MMA fight myself. I take some of the blame, but I think it's 99% his fault. Dirk. This is all Dirk's fault. Dirk did this. Yeah, it was you. I'm blaming you. Hang on. And, excuse me, some Turkish idiot, which it's difficult for me to do anything but paint with a broad stroke on people from Turkey and Turkish people in general because of the Armenian genocide. But some Turkish idiot is going to win an award on the show today. But first, Sarah Rook-Ruck-Rutch is happy to know that we landed on Mars.
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
Wow, we got it.
Wow.
This is so exciting. The team is beside themselves. It's so surreal.
Okay, so they're on Mars. I have to say I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed that they're on Mars. The way this was sold to check out the live stream. It was indicated that we would be able to see an image after they kick off the heat shield and the module containing the sky crane and the rover. That with the cameras looking down, we'd be able to see the red planet getting closer and closer as the 7 minutes of terror concludes. And then, the sky crane was going to hit the thrusters. We're going to be able to see all this as it lowers it to the ground. Did we? No, we didn't get any of that shit. I was on this show entirely stoked about the prospect of that all happening. So you got split screen Mars, and then the other side of the screen, nerds. Now, I should have known something was up because it takes 11 minutes for any bit of data to get from Mars to Earth. And the bit transfer rate is very, very low on Mars. You know, the frames per minute would be incredibly low because of how small amount of data they can actually send. It takes a long time. So I think I was kind of overwhelmed with the idea of it possibly being that and clouded to think otherwise. But I was under the impression, I swear to God, that that's what it was going to be. Oh, my God. And so what? But did we get that? No. We got these nerds just having a freaking party. Yeah, we did it. And then they did transmit a picture, and it was just some grainy black and white picture. It was terrible. It looked like something that, we had better pictures when we landed on the moon in the 1960s. Oh, my God. Because as it is, in order for the cameras to get the appropriate HD, 4K, whatever pictures, and they will be able to do that, they have to send a ton of data and then stitch it all together to make like a mosaic model and picture of, well, and it would be accurate and real, but, God, I was majorly let down. But whatever. The damn thing is there on the planet, and off they go. Now we just wait. Okay, and then I'll probably forget about it. But the idea that there could be life on the planet actually right now, and some people are saying that that's a very real possibility in the dirt, digging down in the dirt. That's a Peter Gabriel song. They could actually find not intelligent life, but microbe life on this planet right now that has adapted in the harsh terrain of Mars in the soil. We'll find that out. Or at least evidence that there was at some point. Do you realize that it could very well be a possibility that planet, which was a lot like Earth, could have been full of life? Like people walking around saying, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? And because of the radiation, and then everything just gets wiped out, maybe an asteroid strikes, something like that. That's not beyond the realm of possibility. Think about that. Incredible. All right. Yesterday, why I missed all this, because I missed it live. And Joe Morin sent me a text and we're on Mars. Oh my God, did you see it? And I'm like, no, I didn't see it. Kenny says, man, did you see it? I said, no, I haven't seen it. And they're like, how could you possibly miss that? Well, I was driving. And because I had to be at the hockey rink because yesterday was dress rehearsal day for what is happening tomorrow. Okay. Just like that, I've gone from looking at this camera, doing this podcast, to having this great opportunity of being on TV as the sort of studio host for the Grand Rapids Griffins hockey games that will be televised on WXSP. Now, if you want to see this, first of all, again, this is all brand new. So the dress rehearsal took away some of the jitters about what we're going to have to do here. But the way we have it set up is this. At about 20 minutes to 4 tomorrow on Saturday, in the afternoon, the hockey team is going live on Facebook and YouTube and doing kind of like a pregame Facebook. Okay? It isn't till closer to the top of the hour that we're going to be live on WXSP, I think right at the top of the hour. So for that time leading up to it, the camera, very similar to this, is going to be on me for Facebook. And they go, hey, do you think you can fill like plenty of time? I go, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I do that every damn day. Yeah, sure. Yes. So it's kind of like this, doing what I'm doing here right now, has gotten me prepared. I go, well, 10 minutes is no big deal. I do 90 minutes, sometimes 2 hours. As long as I'm prepared, should be no big deal. Okay, great. So they basically have said, all right, we're going to wind you up and let you go. So you're going to talk about, your thoughts on hockey when we left it last March to all of a sudden, all the things that have happened, your thoughts on that. And then here we are, hockey on TV. So, that's exactly how it's going to start out. And then right near the top of the hour, or at the top of the hour, then I'm going to reintroduce on TV. And I've got 1 minute. They play like an intro at 4 p.m. of the hockey players, and then panoramic shots of the city, and then the rink, and then we're back, and then lights, camera, action. I'm the first person that people will see, and I'll say, hello, everybody. Welcome into the Van Andel Arena. I'm your host, Eric Zane, for Griffins Hockey. It's been 346 days since our Grand Rapids Griffins have been on the ice. My goodness. And we are delighted to have Griffins Hockey. We can't have fans, so we figured we'd bring the game to your home. So, one of those deals. So that's only 1 minute. And I basically say, and we'll be back with the men calling the game, Larry Figursky and Lou Rabeau, right after this. I play a commercial for the credit union sponsor, maybe another commercial, and then boom, Larry and Lou. No Bob Kaiser, because Bob's recovering from open heart surgery. God bless him. Doing okay, I hear. And then we're going to go to the PA announcer, Johnny Hoffa, who's doing my job that I normally do because I'm doing this job. Okay. Play the anthem, drop the puck. Got crowd noise piped in. Hockey. In between the first and second periods, I host a kind of like a synopsis show. Let's take a look at the highlights. Oh, look at this. And hopefully there'll be some, and then maybe talk a little bit. And then there's like, I think what they're doing is they're doing like, how they bring out youth hockey and then the kids do like a shootout or something like that. That's going to be on TV. So some youth hockey team is going to have their kids on TV, and I go, well, what do you want me to do? They go, we want you to narrate it. So I get to like comment about these kids doing like the shootout style. The guy skates in on the goalie. So I've got to remember not to be Eric Zane here. Okay. Because if some kid like can't skate, I can't be like, oh, look at that kid. Oh my God. What's he doing? I can't use my, my powers for evil. I've got to focus on the positive here. So if that does happen to happen and you're watching it and you see some kid who stinks, just know that I'm thinking it, but I won't say anything. I don't want to get fired on my first day. Okay, now normally in that setting, it's got to be Knuble and myself working together. But he's in Europe doing some scouting shit or something like that. I don't know. So it's just me. It's just going to be me alone. Now, if the Griffins score, I've got a flag, and I'm wearing a suit. I got to wear my Sunday best, and I got a flag, and I'll be sitting there waving it. I'm the only fan. I'm the one guy who's there. They're going to have cutouts, of fans who have like season ticket holders and stuff like that. It's going to be great. There is only one hockey team in the whole league doing this. This is the only one. So, wow, what an opportunity, So I'm pretty stoked about that. A little bit nervous, but yesterday's dress rehearsal got my mind off of it because we actually practiced a little bit and I have some idea, but there's probably going to be some serious screw ups here. So if this is the time to watch for these types of things because we don't have it down. So there's probably going to be some embarrassing moments, and I just don't want to say bad words. That's all I'm worried about. So, all right, that's what's on my mind right now as we get this show started. I, again, appreciate you all for being here. The Open is brought to you by Van Dyke Mortgage. You can call Mario at 231-332-6505. Do not forget about Mario, man. You can get a low interest rate if your credit is fantastic. Well, and truth be told, you can get that from any person who does mortgages. I'm just trying to convince you to call upon Mario to make him at least one of the people who might get your business. And I'll let him do the heavy lifting. I'll let him sell you about how great he is. And you will realize that right away. Now, for those of you whose credit is in the dumper, and that does happen, I mean, let's be honest. That does happen to people. Not every person who does mortgages wants to help you. Mario does. Okay? And then when he gets you in that loan, and you are then paying on your own mortgage on your own house, after a year and a half, maybe 2 of terrific payment history, you can improve your loan because your credit has improved and the equity in your home is going up. Okay? Provided you didn't buy one next to like a toxic waste landfill. Call Mario at 231-332-6505 today from anywhere in the United States for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. NMLS number 3035. Thank you so much, Mario, for supporting the show. All right. While I'm at it, F45 in Byron Center, Michigan, getting people in shape. My goodness. Go to F45training.com/Byron Center for everything you need to know about how you can get a week free at F45. And they have it covered, man. It isn't like you just walk in and just hope for the best that you don't get COVID. No. They have strict protocols in place. You go to a specialized area that is yours. They've got 18 tiles, 10 by 10. They got a ton of space in this place. You stand in your tile. Your kettlebells, your weights, your dumbbells, whatever are all around you, the stuff you need for the workout. Your corresponding tile number matches up with a screen on the wall. Watch the animation. When it says go, green means go. You do what the animation's doing. When it says stop, you recover. All right. While that's all happening, a couple of team leaders are going around making sure everybody's doing their exercises okay. Maybe you're not getting it. You need some help. They'll socially distance be apart from you. And this is how you do it. And then that's it, man. It's awesome. Get that week free at F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. Stand by. Okay. All right. So Zaniac Chris B is an absolute wonderful, wonderful human being. Zaniac Chris B is the guy who, along with Megan, delivered the wind chimes at when my mother passed away that you all went in on. Oh my God. What an incredible gift that was. You guys are just awesome. And so he was in the driveway, and that was, and then I've known this, how helpful he is for quite some time, as you all are. Oh my God. But he had offered his help in his expertise for the field that he works in, plumbing. And actually, I think Diana reached out to him because she got sick and tired of having to turn the bath on with a pair of vice grips attached to this handle to the hot water because the thing was busted. Now, I have no idea how to repair this. I was under the impression, because you couldn't really get at the handle, that the only way to do this was just replace the whole thing. So I was under the impression that I had to bust out the ceramic tile in order to fix the handle. And I almost did it. Okay. Now, wouldn't that have been fantastically terrible? You all would have laughed in my face. I was going to bust out all the ceramic tile and then take all of the whole mechanism and probably flood the house. But I just, on a whim, sent him pictures. And I go, hey, this is what's wrong. Is this fixable? And he's like, I think so. And he didn't tip me off as to what was going on there. He said, let me drop by. Okay. He comes by. He walked up to the spot that is in question, and he grabbed it and turned it. Now, he didn't turn it on. He turned it the other direction. Now, this just shows you how inept I am at this. I would never have even thought that comes off, that is threaded on there. I mean, that would stand to reason. I mean, why would someone why would there be a product that is installed that if it malfunctions, like it had, the only way to get at it would to be break your bathtub? So I go, oh, that's all you got to do is to get access to the further deeper mechanisms of the faucet apparatus. And he goes, yeah. Oh. So I was like, all embarrassed right away. I'm like, oh, shit, this is going to be terrible. He unscrews it, and he holds it up. He sets it aside, and he goes, okay, there's a little plastic insert that acts as like a set of teeth that engages the actual handle. Yours is broken. It's a little plastic part. Now, I thought this was going to be like a $90,000 repair job. And I go, what do I do? He goes, well, I have access to an armada of parts. I'll get it and come over and put it on top and then put the thing on top, and that's it. I go, that's it? He goes, yeah. Oh, my God. So embarrassing. I mean, it isn't even that I don't have any experience. It's just the lack of common sense that's on display when it comes to things like this. Oh, horrible. So he does that. He leaves. This is like weeks ago. The other day, he called me. He said, hey, I got the part. I'm going to come over and put it in. Okay, great. Comes over. I'm having a chit chat with him, talking about various show related things, talked a little politics even. Really nice, friendly, bright, sweet guy. And he's putting it all together. And then, so while he's doing that, the queen of the forest comes in. She goes, do you think, Chris, while you're here, you could take a look at that sink? We've been living here 11 years and it hasn't worked. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. Now, okay, it's right there, the sink. There's two sinks in the bathroom. The one on the right is the one we both use because she's right. The one on the left doesn't work. And I'm like, don't ask him. You know, he isn't our personal. And plus, I'm just feel like an idiot. The sink turns on. But when the water comes out of the faucet, it's all like, it doesn't come out uniform. It's all like a little stream flies out of the sink. Another stream goes into the sink. And then it's kind of all sputtery and weird. And so I figured out that, you know, the little mesh thing that's there. And I think there's a name for it. The fillator. What is it? The fillator, the berator. The aeronautics, the aero something. It's aero something. It's a little mesh thing. Aroma. What is it? Hold on a second here. What is that thing called that makes it so that the Nick says you shouldn't be embarrassed. We're used to your lack of common sense. One of you knows what that thing is called. The screen thingy. Thank you, Stevie. The aerator. That's what it is. Damn it. It's gone. I think it's like jammed up there. Okay, somehow. And now I have no way of getting it out. Okay, so I'm thinking he's got to get like a pair of tweezers and reach up in there and pull the aerator out. No. Where the water comes out is a ring, and he just gets a pair of channel locks and gently grabs it and turns it, and then he just hand loosens it. I'm like, that comes off, and he goes, yeah. In case the aerator is damaged, it can be repaired. I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea. For 11 years, I just thought that it was all one piece. I thought the whole thing had to like be I thought I had to throw out all my cabinets and my sink because of this problem. Oh my God. So he just turns it. He turns it with his hand. And I'm like, oh shit, fuck, it's getting worse, man. Oh my God. This guy must think I'm a total dick. And he takes it off, and a couple things fall into his hand. And then he turns on the water, and it's coming out without that little thing on there. And it's already better, And I wanted to go, just stop. Just throw the parts away, and this is already better. We'll just do without. It's no big deal. Just go home. You're making too much of a cock out of me. And he rinses off the aerator. It was a little dirty, and the parts were a little messed up. And but he, after a little bit of TLC, he puts it all stacked appropriately, gently sticks it on there, and then he screws the thing on. This took him like 1 minute, and I'm like, oh fuck, man, oh my God, 11 years. And Diane is there tapping her foot, Queen of the Forest tapping her foot, like this is all it took. This all it took is this guy just to put one wrench turn it with his hand, pop the thing out, rinse it off, put it back together, screw it on, you asshole. For 11 years, we've been down a sink because you can't manage to just look at something and deduce the problem on your own? Are you that inept? Yes! Ah. Oh, my God. Yesterday was full of embarrassment, and I'll get to the next bit of embarrassment in just a second. First of all, I need players for Bet on Ben tonight. The Ben and Eric Patreon podcast is live tonight. And if you want to be a participant on the actual show with us via Zoom, Zaniac Zoom.
Y'all want to make fun of me when I get fucked up in the Zaniac Zoom.
If you want to participate and you're already on Patreon, if you're not, you can still sign up. Tier 2. Send me an email, okay? And while you're on, you know what? This is what I want to do. I'll open this up to anybody. You can play if you're anyone. If you're anyone, doesn't matter if you're on Patreon or not, because maybe you'll want to sign up for Patreon after you realize how much fun it is. If you want to, I already have 2 players. Okay? John and Leon are playing. If you want to play, I think, typically we go through 4 or 5. It depends on if someone wins. If someone wins, I'll have to keep you in the queue till next week. But we always need players. So send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Okay, for Bet on Ben tonight on Zoom. We'll see each other. We'll be laughing. It's going to be great. So much fun to play this game. And Ben is just a riot. I mean, seriously. Ben is just funny. I think I'm really starting to appreciate more the nuances of Ben, of his confusion when he doesn't know an answer. Ben's responses are, my God, is he funny. What he lacks in actual prowess in joke writing and delivery, he makes up for with his shenanigans when he's playing that stupid game. Totally kidding, Ben. Kind of. Yesterday, I was walking around the house here, and I heard a disturbance downstairs. And it has to do with ONeil, it has to do with Diana, and it has to do with the NFK. Okay? Before I get to this final embarrassment story, that was Craig's fault. So I'm upstairs getting ready to go out for a run. All right? Getting on my warm gear. It's got to be freezing. Okay? And I hear, ONeil. 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 And Diana is screaming at him. Now, this dog, you can't see him right now. He has this deal where, because he loves the snow, loves it. This dog loves to romp in the snow, and he loves to sleep. But when he goes outside, man, he's like, oh, I love this so much. This is so great. So it's like he loves laying down in the snow about as much and playing in the snow as much as he loves eating poop. And his plan is he likes to find the buried poop. And so, the poop is buried and it's frozen. So that's his favorite kind of poop. And he'll eat it soft or hard, but he loves the frozen poop. It's like an absolute a deli treat for him. He loves it so much. It's horrible. I love him a little bit less every time I see him chomping on one. So, we have to keep an eye on him. If he starts to dig in the snow, he's usually looking for a frozen turd. So that's Diana is like keeping a close eye on him, and she's yelling at him every time he starts to like stick his face in the snow. So then what else he does is the other thing is he'll just look at her from the doorway. Now he will not come into the house unless you step out of the house and start to move towards him. Then he knows you mean business. Then he will run in. But Diana, it's jammy time. She's in her socks. It's snow. She's not going to walk out. And ONeil knows this. So this hilarious game of cat and mouse takes place where Diana is screaming at him. I can hear it. And, the neighbors could be hearing this shit. She's like, oh, yeah. Oh, no. And ONeil lays down. He actually lays down in the snow and is looking at her like she's crazy. He's taunting her. I'm like, oh, this is great. So this is going on. And then I hear, it's the NFK. Thunderfoot is getting involved. And you see, he doesn't like a ruckus. If there's any type of disturbance in the force, he's nosy as shit. He's going to get involved, okay? That's why if the dog shits downstairs, the rule of thumb is do not announce it. Just say, hey, Dad, there's poop downstairs. Just say it quietly, because if the NFK finds out, he's going to get all wound up, and you don't want that, okay? But he hears her screaming at ONeil. So now he's got to take his fucking skin-tagged face and insert it into the problem, and we don't need that, because anytime he's walking around, I get stressed out because of the impact on the floor. I can hear it from upstairs. So I know he's tromping around, getting involved in this shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. Sure enough, I go downstairs because I know that she's not going to go outside, and all she's going to do is continue to scream out the back door at ONeil. And this has been going on for minutes. The NFK is like, all this ruckus, so he's going, oh, shit, fuck, that damn shit, fucking shit, fuck. And Diana's talking to him. He won't come inside. Well, fucking shit, fuck, fucking shit, fuck, fucking fuck, shit, fuck, fucking shit, fuck, fucking fuck, shit, fuck, fucking shit, fucking damn fucking shit. I'm like, oh, fuck, we got to get this guy back into his booger chair so we can continue on in our life without the stress. It drives me crazy. And I don't like Diana screaming in the first place. It gets me anxious. And then you got the NFK touching things and getting more poop smear on various door jams and walls and shit. So I go downstairs and I hear, it's the NFK. Yeah. He goes, that son of a bitch isn't coming in. And I go, yeah, I know. I was able to figure that out. So I take the long way around him to get to where Diana is. I go, okay, can you do me a favor? This is just like a pro tip here. When this happens again, can you either first thing, call me, have me do it. If I'm not here, put on your boots and take 2 steps out, and he will come in like this. Watch. I take 2 steps out. ONeil goes, oh boy. And he comes sprinting right in. Now, I might not be able to fix a faucet, okay? But I can at least fucking figure out how to get the dog inside, all right? And then I go, and C, last resort, scream like a madman out the back door. So A, ask me. B, put your dumb boots on, which are right here, and walk outside 2 steps, and he's going to come inside. And then that's with 0 yelling. Or C, scream like a banshee out the back door so that Kevin can get up and fucking get involved and stress out everybody with Thunderfoot screaming and yelling, saying the F word and giving the finger to things. My God, what the fuck is going on here? Oh. All right. Yesterday, the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say, happened. And first of all, I got into a Twitter war with some dude about the thing I've been fighting with people all week on about whether or not Fallon Fox should fight women in UFC. I saw this story that Joe Rogan said, no way. She's got a dick. She's a man. She should not fight because she hurts people. And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, maybe. But at the same time, nobody's twisting the arms of the opponent to get in the ring, right? It turns out I had like 1% of the information here. But before I get to this really, really embarrassing thing that happened, some guy named John is sky is falling. How can you believe letting Fallon Fox compete? How can you believe in letting Fallon Fox compete as a woman? How would you feel if your daughter competed in a soccer game with some dude who had his junk removed? Well, in answering that question, I think that would be fine. I wouldn't have a problem with that. John's way conservative. He's one of these, seriously. He's probably pissed off at that lady in Middleville. Not a fair matchup. Dude will be faster and stronger because of natural genetics. And then he says Biden is ruining women's sports. Turns out, I mean, seriously, Biden has nothing to do with this. And more proof of that when I tell you exactly the devil is being in the details on the whole Rogan story. Well, I wrote back to the guy, I go, wait, didn't the opponent have to accept the fight? Nobody forced her to get in the ring with Fallon, blockhead. So I was still fighting that war. Now, truth be told, there are 0 people who have rushed to my defense in this take. None. I am alone in this. There isn't one person who believes that I am right. It turns out all of this is moot. None of this matters. None of it. Okay? Why? Why does none of this matter? Well, because of what emailer Michael wrote to me. Michael is your Forever Lawn, West Michigan email of the day. Email of the day on the Shoreliner Striping inbox is brought to you by Forever Lawn. Online at foreverlawn.com/WMI. I'll read it in a second. Hi, Zane. Forgive me if you've already covered this again on your podcast today. I'm always a day behind. Now, just so you know, for a little bit of context, on one day earlier this week, I got an email. And what I usually do is I see emails from show contributors, and there are a handful of them who help me move the football down the field. Truth be told, if I had to curate all of these stories and things on my own, I would have a harder time producing the show. So I am always grateful when people say, hey, Zane might want to talk about this. And that happened again. I had a story sent to me that Joe Rogan about all of this. And so Zaniac Dirk sent this along. And so I read the headline. I go, oh my God, wow, Rogan, he might get in trouble for this. Probably not. And I covered it on the show, on the Monday show is when this all kind of happened. Remember I did a 2-part show on Monday? It was on the second part of the 2-part show when I talked about this. And that's when I came up with the take that, well, whatever, who cares if it's transgender person? And Rogan was like, well, this was a guy but still has the bone structure and the strength of a man. I did see one thing that should have tipped me off, because if you looked up Fallon Fox on online, you see that this is a retired MMA fighter. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. How can that be? But I dismissed that because I dismissed it. I go, well, why is this not? Well, why would this? It should have been a red flag that something was going on, but it wasn't, because I'm me. So I ran with it. Last night, Michael wrote this. I think the quotes from the article you were reading are from a Joe Rogan episode from 2013. What? This is a very old story. And then he adds, it resurfaces from time to time, but Joe stays firm on his opinion. This guy obviously is close to the show or is a fan of the show. The article just happened to leave out Joe's main point of the argument, which was that Fallon did not disclose her transgender surgery when she started her fighting career. Now that he's right, that wasn't in there. So that's weird. So basically, her first fights were a man knocking women's teeth out. You and Joe agree that a female MMA fighter should have the choice to fight Fallon after knowing of her transition. And that's what eventually happened when Ashley Evans Smith beat the shit out of Fallon in a fight. Okay? So what's going on here? He then writes, and he says, there's been a concerted effort to take Rogan down for a while now. You've talked about a lot of these hit piece articles in the past. Unfortunately, your take has always been off the mark because of the out of context way these articles are written. Interesting. He is the white whale of the establishment media class and PC culture. I believe that. These hit piece articles will become more frequent. Eventually, they'll find something that will stick, but they'll probably have to find something from before his podcast days. Okay, now I get it. So, two things. First of all, in a hilarious way, he's right. This hit piece is produced, and it doesn't include all the pertinent information. Dirk sees it, sends it my way, thinking that it's a current story when it says on it. It said on it. So it's the date 2013. If he'd have read it, he'd have known that. If I'd have read it, I'd have known that. Presented to me as, hey, here's the story. I assume wrongly that every one of these is current. That's my fault. Now, last night, I wanted to strangle Dirk. Like, you fucker, you don't have any idea how much shit I got for this. I would never have talked about this had you not sent this along. This is all your fucking fault. Fuck you. Oh, my God. What the fuck, man? I got in all this trouble with people yelling and screaming at me. And when Kenny's like, oh, my God, how could you say that? A guy can crush a girl's skull, man. What the fuck, man? And every Patriot Nick sending me pictures of some chick's face who got beaten up. Okay, so we now know the real truth. These stories surface because of what Michael Van Wagner is saying. I do believe that. People don't like Rogan because of that, and that is bullshit. Holy shit, that they kind of try to they throw it out there in hopes that it's kind of like when the whole Bill Cosby story came around way after the fact, stuff that was already out there, and then it took on a life of its own. Now he's in prison. Somehow people want Rogan to be canceled, so they present this stuff and hope that blockheads like Dirk, like me, will proliferate it. And with key elements of the story no longer there, so Dirk and I became pawns in this fucking game, you see, because we didn't look at the date. We didn't realize. So, Dirk, you're a fuckface for a million different reasons, but I don't think really, I mean, it was an honest mistake, you're when I get stuff from Dirk, I have to consider the source. It's usually from, one of his Black Ops friends or some shit like that. Or, not everything is gold. I need to really focus on vetting these things. And I sometimes don't. So 51% Dirk's fault, 49%. No, 61%, 99% Dirk's fault, 1% my fault. more importantly, what about the fact that the article left out the important thing about Fallon Fox not disclosing? See, now I'm on board. Now we're on the same page, I think. Fallon Fox did not disclose that she had been a man to give the opponent the option of knowing that. I mean, and then this guy obviously knows a thing or two. I would love to see highlights of the fight of when this Ashley Evans Smith beat the guy up, or girl up, whatever you want to say, beat up Fallon Fox. My God. And then the idea that people don't like Rogan, so that they throw this shit out there. That is complete bullshit. He says, on another note, and thank you, Michael. That is the email of the day. Well done. I appreciate you. And we had a little bit of a back and forth, and I'll include that. He wrote also, on another note, I was crying, laughing when you called Ron a wet bag of fuck bones on yesterday's Patreon. Okay, yeah, that actually caught a lot of people off guard. If you haven't yet seen the video of Ron from 1995, Ron Van Timmeren, formerly of Celebration Cinema, I posted it at ericzaneshow.com in the news. Showing off the state-of-the-art Studio 28, which is now torn down. Ron at about 40 years old, and I was giving you a blow-by-blow account of Ron talking about all of the cool features at the 1995 era movie theater. That was a fun moment on Patreon the other day. Anyway, I wrote back to Michael. I go, really? I had no idea this was old. It was delivered to me like it was brand new. He said, yeah, it's probably been copied and reposted many times over the years. And I'm like, this is getting worse. And I wrote, shit, I feel like an idiot. And he wrote, no, you're not an idiot. You have to come up with 2 hours of show every day. It takes a lot of time, and it's hard to vet everything. Give hell to whoever sent it to you, he wrote. Yeah, that would be Dirk. 99% Dirk. Fake news Dirk. Dirk fake news. Formerly, you have ripped the mantle from Denny fake news to Dirk fake news. He says, here's a good explanation from Joe, and you can see the difference in the way he's portrayed in these articles. I wonder how long that is. That's a long clip. It's an 18-minute clip. I'd have to watch that and cherry pick it. Yeah, even his explanation goes back to 2018. My God. All right. Rule number 1, when you get an article, look at the date. For God's sake. I'm talking to me. That's my own pep talk. All right. Let's see. Still showed your stance on men beating up women. What? What are you talking about? I was talking about the MMA fight. I'm not talking about men beating up women. That's kind of a blanket bullshit thing to say, Patriot Nick. You fucking dummy. What the hell is wrong with you? Are you guys doing a Zoom or anything this weekend?
Y'all want to make fun of me when I get fucked up in the Zaniac Zoom?
What are the details on that? And I can talk about it here, and people can take advantage of joining you if that is the case, because it's always important to try to figure out who is going to get shit-faced and be the focus of another Eric Zane Show podcast, Patreon drunken Zoom beatdown.
Are we going to beer bong another third beer?
Are we going to beer bong another third? Give me a beer.
He said he'd give me $100 if I took off all my clothes off.
Are we going to beer bong another third beer? I need to go to bed. Fuck off. I'm hammered.
All right. There you go. We are not doing a Zoom. It'll be next Saturday, and hopefully we'll all be shit-faced. Oh, my God. Oh. You guys get twisted. You know how to party. Oh. No thanks, man. Hey, Zane, join us. Nope. Yeah. Who likes to sit around with a bunch of drunks? Who likes to be the sober guy with a bunch of drunks, let alone on a Zoom? Like, hey, how's it going? So weird. All right. Hey, I got Cameo still happening as always, cameo.com/Eric Zane. If you want me to give your kid a pep talk. If your kid's always giving you attitude, the grades are slipping, they've got a million excuses why they can't get anything right, whatever it may be, and you want me to give the kid the pep talk, I can make this as sanitized as you want me to make it. Okay, I'm not going to sit there and say bad words. Some of you might be like, I don't give a shit what you say to him or her. Cameo.com/Eric Zane, or download the Cameo app and search Eric Zane Show. I prefer, if you hire me, you do it on the Cameo app or on your desktop or laptop at cameo.com/Eric Zane. If you use any other means to hire me on like the Apple app, I get a huge amount of that money. It's only $15.99 taken out. If you use Cameo, it's a 25% goes to Cameo. 25% goes to Cameo. Use anything else, 50% is taken out of my pocket. So I prefer the Cameo app. All right. A&E Heating and Cooling. My gosh, I just found out through the grapevine that Jason from Threads is getting the Remy Halo installed. Good move. If you suffer from any allergies, maybe asthma, and in your home during the winter, you're all closed in and the air's kind of terrible because, you're not really opening up the house. Oh, this is so fantastic. And then at allergy season, when all that shit's floating around through the air, your home is clean. How? The Remy Halo does this. When any of these pollutants, particles, bacteria, viruses, pet dander comes near the light, they have seen the light. They are zapped into harmless hydrogen peroxide molecules. I know this sounds like something you would hear about like on the International Space Station. It kind of is. All the restaurants that are around you right now are getting these things installed because they don't want to be the restaurant that isn't doing everything they can to keep their customers safe. It kills the COVID virus, okay? And then it turns it all into harmless hydrogen peroxide, which gets caught in the filter trap, and then you change the filter as you normally would, and then that's it. You're done. It's awesome. The Remy Halo is the name of this product. All the other people that install this in and around West Michigan charge about $1,000 to have it installed. Joe Martinez does it for $750, but if you mention the show, you get it for $650. So call Joe at 616-516-8579. Say Remy Halo, senor. And if he's not three Dos Equis deep into the afternoon, he'll show up and install that thing in 45 minutes. Piece of cake, and then you're done. Plug it in. 2 years goes by. Joe will do some maintenance on it. Of course, he's going to show up every winter and summer, spring to service your air conditioner and your heater. He'll check on that too. It's all part of it, man. It's part of a great process. Trust the process. That's what that's coach speak. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. I think I got to take the embellisher over there. First of all, I need an oil change. And then this old-ass truck, 20-year-old truck, it's doing this deal where, like, when I roll to a stop, I'm getting the impression that it wants to stall, like it's running rough. Like if you're looking at the RPMs, it'll be staying at about 800, and then when you feel it kind of start to run rough, the gauge kind of like dips. It like starts to like drop to like 600, and it's like, and then all of a sudden it comes back up. Something's going on. I'll leave it to the pros at Irvine's. If you are in West Michigan, you have a place to take your vehicle to. Servicing domestic, Asian, and European models, with the exception of Volkswagen. If you have a hybrid, these are the experts. For everything, oil change, wheel alignment, something simple, brakes, whatever it may be, take it to Irvine's. If you're like me and cannot do this shit on your own, and a lot of people are, especially with newer cars, not everybody is an awesome wrench like Patriot Nick or Boring Dean. If you're like me, I don't have time for this shit. Take it over there, okay? 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid, online at irvines.com. Hang on a second. I'm getting a little warm here. This morning, I think we're up to like 15 in the morning. Not too bad. Been following a story about these people in Texas. My God. This is as bad. This is as much of a failure by the government in Texas as negligent what they've done there as well. No, it's not as negligent as what Rick Snyder did in Michigan, because I actually think that son of a bitch was complicit and actually caused people to die. Like knowingly knew it and like covered it up. But I don't think anybody's going to be able to prove that. But this is terrible because in Texas, the idea that this is the only state in the union that has their power grid completely deregulated. Like you and I, we pay to be on the national grid. We pay for that in our taxes. And so because of that, there is a tremendous amount of regulation in the event that there is a catastrophic weather occurrence. We're not, we don't have any shortcuts on on the power grid. And that's afforded to us because it's paid for. I mean, it would have to be. But they don't have that in Texas because they're not on the national power grid. It's like we're Texas. We're our own state. Every year some asshole saying they got to secede from the union. And this is why that's stupid. So they have it where the state pays for it, and they don't want to pay for it. So it's all deregulated. So they don't have any checks and balances and safety features like we all have in our power grid right now. I mean, my God, here we are in Michigan, and nobody's losing power here. It's fucking at 0 degrees for 6 months out of the year, it seems like. And as it is with all these cold-ass states. We don't have any problem. The power's on all the time. I always have hot water. I always have lights. I always have gas. Because you pay for that shit. Not in Texas. These poor sons of bitches singing that we got a great state. Everything's awesome. Fuck. Weather gets cold for like a week. And now it's like a third world country there. Somebody needs to pay for this shit. I mean, literally pay for it. Literally pay for it and figuratively pay for it. My God, all these poor people have died in Texas because of this. All this tremendous amount of damage to their homes. I mean, an incredible catastrophe just because the power grid is deregulated so that these fucking assholes that run the state don't have to pay for it, so that they can get it on the cheap. Oh, it's never going to get cold. Oh, whatever. One cold week, the whole state is screwed. Way to go, you idiots. These poor people that live there. My God. And again, people have died over this shit. And now they're under this boil water advisory because there was enough pressure loss. Because not only did key utilities go down, like hospitals, no power, nothing. My God, in a hospital setting, first of all, if you're in a hospital setting, how do you not have a generator set up so that you can sustain yourself for extended time in the event? Nobody was prepared for this. What a bunch of idiots in Texas. My God, this is terrible. Okay. The community of Middleville this is a very, very conservative part of Michigan. And some lady who is, God, what is she? Hold on a second. I'm probably going to get a very small percentage of this correct. Hold on. Oh, this is what I want to do. Hold on. I was looking at it in the wrong spot. The lady who runs the city of Middleville, I forget the name of the position, town, I don't know. Her name is Amanda Fisk. She is the president, the Middleville Village president. She saw that Rush Limbaugh died on the Wood TV8 Facebook post. And she does not like Rush Limbaugh. So she shared it and then wrote, ha, 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 breathe, ha, ha, ha. One of these. People have done this. This has been the thing. Hell, listeners of this show on the comments have done this. She did that. Uh-oh. So now, again, she is the village president. And now people are pissed. Check this out.
Talk radio host Rush Limbaugh is proving controversial in life and death.
News 8's Jacqueline Francis was in Berry County tonight, where a village leader is under fire for her reaction to his passing.
It all started with a post on Facebook. Village of Middleville president sharing our Wood TV8 article announcing the death of talk show radio host and Republican Party icon Rush Limbaugh. But it's what she posted with the article that many community members say is no laughing matter. It's the Facebook post leading to calls for resignation. Village of Middleville president Amanda Fisk reacting to talk show radio host Rush Limbaugh's death for all to see. Fisk has since deleted the post from her personal Facebook page, but the outrage is just beginning.
It's just disheartening that a human can actually say that and just be excited about the death of another human.
The post drawing criticism from more than just those who supported the controversial and conservative radio host.
Personally, I'm not a fan of Rush Limbaugh. I don't listen to him, and from what I have read and heard, he's not someone that I would support.
Still, Fisk's words hit close to home for Kiara Hilton as Limbaugh died Wednesday following a year.
Jacqueline Francis keeps saying Limbaugh.
Long battle with lung cancer.
It's our village president reveling in someone dying of cancer. So that's not someone I want representing me, especially that I'm battling cancer right now. And
today, Hilton created an online petition calling for Fisk's removal, gaining more than 700 signatures in less than 12 hours. And while some residents have come to the village president's defense on social media, Fisk declined our request for an interview, saying she will not be commenting on private statements as they don't have anything to do with her position. In the meantime, she did apologize.
You got to dig your heels in on this. If you're going to be so bold, hold on, I'm just going to let this finish up.
On her official village Facebook page, a page that has since been deleted.
Oh, boy.
Community members plan to take this matter up with the village council at their next meeting set for next Tuesday at 7 p.m. We'll be sure to stay on this story. For now, reporting in Middleville, Jacqueline Francis, News 8.
All right. So, for the record, I've never really, I really haven't felt too comfortable. I would never feel comfortable if if Adolf Hitler was living here now and Adolf Hitler died, yes, this is an Adolf Hitler. Okay. Rush Limbaugh, as I said on this show, had said some pretty fucked up shit in the past. And I've said, well, who hasn't? And I think that people are just politically clouded and by, and I think that takes the humanity out of them because of politics. Okay. And as I also said on this show, if you're someone like him with the juice and you've made a living and you're constantly being rewarded by doing this is the way you're supposed to behave. You are supposed to do these things. If your legacy is, I am not apologetic about my stance on the world in terms of politics, which he was not, you boldly proclaim that and you continue to do that. You are supposed to. Your life depends on it, and the livelihood of you and all the people who work with you depend on that. You are doing the appropriate thing based on the context, okay? I don't care for Rush Limbaugh. I never liked the guy. Should anybody who's had a life legacy like him be mocked because they're dead? No, I don't think that that's appropriate in any way. I think that's really, really bad. It just makes me cringe, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm glad I'm not you. I don't know. I think you kind of go to a point of no return when you're reveling in someone's death like that. You know, it's just a little bit too much, I guess, even for me. But she did. So now what? Turning around and just like, you trying to erase and trying to backpedal is, I think, a little weird. I think if you're going to go down the road of, hey, I'm glad he's dead, you better be ready to back it up. Okay? I don't think you're doing yourself any favors when you then act like a pussy and say, I'm sorry, or I think you got to really dig down deep and dig your heels in and say, well, yeah, but this is why I'm doing that. And then give specific examples of things you didn't like about the guy when he was alive. But don't be a pussy about it and delete it and then delete your whole Facebook page. Thank God that the internet is written in ink, because Josh sent me what this lady said. Where are my glasses? Not here. That's not good. I'd like to take a moment to address a few things. First, my personal opinions, words, satires, ramblings, and jokes, gallows humor, and all are my own. Things I discuss in private conversations or state in my private Facebook page for only my friends to view are just that, private. I don't buy that for a second. If you are a radio guy, if you are podcaster, if you're a TV person, if you're a village president and you say it on Facebook, it's public. So that's a cop-out. They are unaffiliated with the village, with village staff, or with my council colleagues. I apologize to those individuals today, as they are now unwillingly a part of my own private circle. They're like, the fuck we are. I also apologize for causing offense with my statement. No, you don't. You were laughing at the dead guy. Don't say sorry. Say double down. You got to say, yeah, I hated that guy. I'm glad he's dead. So what? What are you going to do about it? You can't because nobody buys an apology like this. No one goes, okay. You got me for once. Can someone just double down on their words? Own it. You said it. Don't be a puss about it. It was certainly not my intention for private words to go public. That's a lie. Nor was it my intention to offend his fans. That's a lie. Or admirers. It is especially not my intention to discredit or mock cancer survivors. Well, you did mock. No, you knew what you were doing. Come on. Or those who have lost someone to cancer, including my own personal friends. Ultimately, my quote, dark humor, that's not dark humor. You're just being an asshole. Come on. Gets the best of me, but is a coping mechanism for me. Regardless, I apologize for my insensitivity. My personal post was removed several hours ago. I have listened to friends and family and taken it down because I can see that it caused people pain. No bullshit. You just see that your job is ending. They're going to cancel your ass. In return, I would ask that the screenshots, oh my God. In return, this is going to help. I would ask that the screenshots be removed as well. Oh, okay, sure. Bullshit. Because sharing them is simply helping promote an insensitive message to a wider audience. Well, too bad. You took a shit in the bed. You lay in it, you stupid bitch. Furthermore, I ask that anyone calling or contacting the village staff or my council colleagues to please instead address the board as a whole. Well, no. This is how it goes when you do something like this, you asshole. In person or at Tuesday's meeting. Now, sorry, this is what you get. This is why, if you're going to go down this road, for you to not have the idea that this, you knew exactly what you were doing, and now you're just backpedaling because you got in trouble. Okay? You deserve everything you get, but don't sit here and twist my dick and try to fix it with your words, you idiot. Man, holy cow, own it. You weak idiot. That's why they should get rid of you, because you're so damn weak. No, I'm sure that they're not, as the village president of some little a tiny town like this. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know about the size of the issues that they're dealing with here, but I think that this lady has shown a complete ineptitude by A, the comment in the first place, and then B, handling it in this weak-willed way is completely terrible as well. The whole thing stinks. You're probably going to lose your job. I don't know if they can remove her. Who knows? I mean, she might be able to just say, free speech, I can do what I want. But my God, I'll give her this. The balls to say that in Middleville, Michigan, which is definitely it's people are waving QAnon flags in fucking Middleville. Holy shit. Idiot. What a dumb thing to do. The ball's on her. Okay. That's that. Thank you to Zaniac Mike Ball, who sent along a audio clip. It is Larry Kudlow. I don't know who that is. I guess a former Trump administration official. He is waiting to get on television. He's the next person that the host on Fox News is going to talk to. He is not aware, but the guys in the control room have faded his mic up, okay? They've potted him up, and he doesn't know that. He can hear the host, whoever this is, ending the one segment and getting ready to tease the next segment. So the host is talking about, all right, we got some pandemic news. We'll get to that. And Kamala Harris said this about the vaccine. And it's a clip of, or she quotes Kamala Harris or something like that, or it's Kamala Harris actually saying, we inherited nothing when we took over in the White House. She's basically saying Trump didn't do shit. So she says that, and this guy, this Larry Kudlow, you can't see the guy, but you can hear him, because while the host is setting that clip up, and you get the point about Harris saying, yeah, we inherited shit. You hear Kudlow in the background on a hot mic say something. This is how that sounded.
Questions over the probe into the origins of this global pandemic. Plus this.
In many ways, we're starting from scratch on something that's been raging for almost an entire year.
That was Vice President Kamala Harris making some false claims about the administration's questions over the probe into the origins.
4 times, Larry said, bullshit. Bullshit.
Questions over the probe into the origins of this global pandemic. Plus this.
In many ways, we're starting from scratch on something that's been raging for almost an entire year.
That was Vice President Kamala Harris making some false claims about the administration's questions over the probe into the origins.
Whoever the host is actually laughing when the guy goes, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Oh, my God. Fantastic. Kudlow later apologized, saying, I'm not usually a guy who swears, but what the vice president just said burned me up, and it's simply not true, okay? It is somewhere between cognitive dissonance and an outright falsehood lie, so he's pissed. Well, he needs to say this. Yeah, sorry that you heard it, but it was bullshit. This is how I feel, and I'm owning that. That is absolute bullshit what she just said. Oh, my God, that is awesome. Thank you, Mike Ball, for sending that along. Again, if you want to help the show, whether you're sending me 10-year-old stories, Dirk, or something that is current and new, like Mike Ball, who gets a star of the day, you can send it along, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Dirk, I'm not really mad. I wasn't mad last night. My God. Okay, Andrea says she wants to play Bet on Ben tonight. Jimmy Stinson in Maine wants to play. If you want to play Bet on Ben tonight on the Patreon Zoom, I would love you to be part of it. Now, these are all Patreon members. I'm even opening it up to you if you're not on Patreon. Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. All I need is your email address, and I can send you the link, and then we can play, okay? That's what we'll do. Be a whole lot of fun tonight when we play Bet on Ben during the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I see that Jason Thierry sent me a story, and if I didn't know better, I would run with this. But I know this has already been debunked. Gorilla Glue girl Tessica Brown's GoFundMe is under investigation. However, as of yesterday, this story is dated February 17th, so it's got a little Dirkism to it. Okay, today is the 19th. Yesterday, GoFundMe announced that they had concluded their investigation, and they said Tessica Brown will get that money, the Gorilla Glue lady. Tessica Brown is taking $20 of the $23,000 and giving that to a plastic surgery medical facility that helps people who don't have any money. She's giving it all away. Well, all but $3,000 of it away. So pretty cool on Tessica Brown. So don't worry, Jason. This is not what it seems. She is not in any trouble. It has been debunked. All right. One more time about Patreon. If you do sign up, the way I recommend you do this, Patreon gives you the bonus podcast every day, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, which includes Bet on Ben, Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia. Those two games you can win cash on with Bet on Ben and Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia. The Zane Asylum, which I dropped another episode of that yesterday, which includes Adam's Oddity, and then the Lost Zane recordings. 2 of those released a week from 2016 WBBL. Well, 2016, 2017, 2018. I'm releasing them in order that they happened on the radio. It's like a time capsule. That's all on my Patreon. Try it for a month. Okay, that's all I ask. Try it for a month. Give me $5 or $10. Okay, the $5 is all the audio. The $10 is all the audio and all the video and the live streams. You're going to know pretty quickly if you want it or not. If you don't want it, cancel that. You will get the remainder of the month, and then it will not auto-renew, and then we part. But if you like it, sign up for a full year, save 10%. By the way, if you are doing month to month now on Patreon, I'm encouraging you to do that. Sign up for the whole year, and you can transfer it to a yearly, and that 10% still stands for you too, for people who are doing month to month right now. All at patreon.com/Eric Zane. Okay. Very cool. Horizon Hydroponics. If you are growing stuff indoors, whether it be succulents, marigolds, tomatoes, celery, cucumbers, corn, cannabis. Everything you need to have a bountiful harvest is at Horizon Hydroponics. Some of you guys or girls are buy like serious amount of support equipment and fertilizers for just an incredible harvest. And in Michigan, let's face it, this is the greenest state in the union. It is so advantageous for people to be growing their own pot these days. Okay. It is incredible here. People are like moving here just because of the deregulated, no criminal issues with pot whatsoever. It's an oasis for you potheads, for God's sake. And if you want to grow indoors, reach out to Horizon Hydroponics. HORIZEN hydroponics.com. You can buy it. You can buy it from their website and shipped anywhere in the USA for free if you spend $250 and more. Use the code Zane Show at checkout. Save you 10%. And you can also go to the brick and mortar stores on Alpine and Grand Rapids, Growers Outlet in Byron Center, Lansing, and Kalamazoo. Thank you, Horizon Hydroponics. Also, my friends at Blue Frost IT bringing you the Eric Zane Show podcast. Alan and Ashlyn, great group over there. Thank you so much for being part of the show. They are a full-spectrum IT consulting and support company. They offer a broad range of services to their clients to ensure all aspects of their network is managed and secure. Now, imagine this. You're a small business. You have computers. You have a firewall. You have a router. You have a printer. And if something goes wrong on your small business with any one of those items, it could knock you down for the day. And that means you're scrambling. You're trying to figure out what you're going to do to get this going again so you can, make money. If you are signed up with a managed IT support service contract, you have your own IT tech department. I do this. I have my tech team. It's them. Now, my setup's pretty new. Adam built it for me from scratch, and it's awesome, so I don't have any problems right now. But if I do, dude, I got the spinning wheel of death. Something just happened. Hang on, I'll log in. All of a sudden, my cursor starts moving. There's Alan doing his thing. He can take care of it. I've got a boots-on-the-ground team at Blue Frost IT. This is affordable for small business. Finally. Reach out to Alan at Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550, or online at bluefrostit.com. Drop an email, info@bluefrostit.com. And that's just one of the many things that they do over there. Office rewires, network drops, network wall jacks, backup and disaster recovery planning and implementation. Ooh, new office setups and moves. They do it all at Blue Frost IT. 616-200-8550. All right, batting last in the order today is Tag Accounting. They have done the complete media blitz on the podcast. Every day I'm talking about Tag Accounting to remind you, you must do this. Anywhere in the United States, call Tag. As the days tick by, you're like, oh, God, tax deadline coming. I haven't done shit. All you got to do is reach out to my friends at Tag, okay? You set it up, say, hey, I want in. Zane told me to call. All right. They're like, what do I do? He goes, all right, step one, I need all your shit. What do you mean you need all my shit? Well, that's just what Zane says. I wouldn't talk that way. You're going to upload on his web portal all of your documents, your previous year's tax return, so we can kind of get a baseline of what you're doing, things like that. You better have filed a return last year. And then he gets all that. He'd let you know, all right, your day that I'm doing your taxes is coming up on March 11th at 2 p.m. I will be working on your taxes. Have your phone nearby in case I have a question. Okay. Hey, my phone never rang because I didn't need you. Your return is done. Your refund will be in your bank account in 2.5 days. Oh, my God. Just like that. Anywhere in the USA, 616-301-9516. Tag Accounting. Mention me when you talk to the tax hobbit. Okay? He's like 4'1". Killer crossover. Shooting and the point. Okay? He's awesome. Great, great basketball player. Boom! He was the guy. Do you remember back in the day on the old world famous Free Beer and Hot Wings show when Greg told a story? Greg told a story one time. He used to get really, really angry when he'd play basketball. I think he's kind of mellowed out these days. There was one story he told about some guy was playing basketball because he likes to play basketball. Guys get together and play like on a court that they rent out. One guy started the game with 9 3-pointers in a row. 9. That was the tax hobbit, the Gins. Well, after every shot, the tax hobbit started to get more emboldened and was like, Boom! From downtown. And Greg was getting very upset. And he detailed this on the air. He got so upset, he screamed at him, knock that shit off! And like got super pissed. And so I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Oh, boy. They're looking around like it's the big one. That was the tax hobbit. He's the one who did that. The pride of Parma High School. My God. Call him. Call him up and say, tell me about your about that moment right there. He'll say, Zane talked about that? What? Yeah, that's cool. The next trivia game with Patriot Nick is coming up on March 13th at 6 p.m. He hosts trivia night, okay? And then whoever wins it, he hooks you up with a Patreon Tier 2 membership for like, might be 6 months or something like that. I don't know. He goes all out. It's such a very kind thing to do. And so he does that, but in order to play, you have to go to Zaniacs United on Facebook and click where it says announcements, or there is an announcement. You can't miss it. And then when you say you want to play, you got to show up, because Patriot Nick had one the other day, and I think he got shut out and nobody showed up. So that's a real bummer. So I understand it's a lot of fun. There you go. March 13th, 6 p.m. with Patriot Nick. Okay. Tio in South Dakota writes, what time is the Eric and Ben show? Technically, it's the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Just kind of flows off the tongue better. Besides, Ben should get top billing for once, you know? Nick also, I'll answer that in a second. Nick also writes, PM me if you want to participate in Patriot Nick's Zoom trivia for a chance to win 6 months Patreon Tier 2. Terry may have signed up on Patreon twice. Yeah, I saw that. I can refund that. You know? That's something I can do. I can go and refund one of those, buddy. I think you signed up for one and then you signed up again. Reach out to me, would you, on email, and give me a phone number so you can walk me through what you did, and then I'll take care of it for you. Tio, what time is the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast? That happens Eastern Time, 7 p.m. tonight. All right. I would love you to be a participant on the live stream. You need to be on. Terry says, no, don't pay me back. Pay it forward. You're sweet. If you are signed up on Tier 2, you can actually watch it. And that's where I think the real fun happens, man. My God. Okay. Kenny, do you have another date planned? Where are we on your social life? I also see that John in Jennison is another fortunate soul who's getting the Remy Halo installed. Dude, this thing smokes. Well, it doesn't smoke, makes the air clean. It's awesome. In about 15 minutes after they install it, John, you're going to go, you know what the best thing to do is leave the house. Let's say you go to work or whatever, and you come home and you'll be like, what is going on in this household here? It's like incredibly, fresh. Kenny says, no, I'm snowed in. Yeah, those people in Nashville, they got like an inch of snow, so they can't move for about 11 or 12 months there. Busy weekend on both parts also. LOL. Yeah, come on. Okay. Got a couple more here for you. I got to award the asshole of the day. Don't forget about that, Eric. Where's that one story? Okay, hang on. Oh boy, I'm a mess. Sometimes I'm not as prepared as I'd like to be. And get a Bruce who sent this one along. A couple in Alaska, they're doing some snowmobiling, which, by the way, looks so much fun. Looks like so much fun. I would love to have a snowmobile, man. I understand that, especially in Michigan. Isn't that a song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Snowmobile sales are through the roof, and it was a real bummer for people because January was no snow. And now everybody's got a sled. And in Grayling, oh my God, there are, hundreds of miles of snowmobile trails. There's like more snowmobile trails than there are roads in Grayling. I would love that. Shannon Stevens is snowmobiling with her brother and maybe some more folks. And they show up at something known as a yurt. I don't know if that's Alaskan for cabin or what. Or shanty. I have no idea. And there's an outhouse there. The next thing she knows, after she sits down on the outhouse, she immediately stands up and she's bleeding from her ass. Her brother Eric and his girlfriend, like, what's going on? What just happened? They're in the yurt. I got to find out what a yurt is. What is a yurt? A traditional yurt is a portable round tent covered with skins or felt and used as a dwelling by several distinct nomadic groups in the steppes of Central Asia. All right. I guess I got one in Alaska. It's like one room, It's a cozy thing. You get a fire going, have a few pops, maybe a little sex, whatever. The brother hears the screaming. She's now flung the door open to the outhouse. Her pants are down. That's rough. Seeing your sister's muff. Oh, God. She's bleeding from her. It's terrible. You see your sister's muff. She's bleeding from her ass. Like, oh, my God, what is going on? At first, he thought, well, I don't know. Maybe there was an errant nail or something that came loose. Could that have been it? And maybe a squirrel? What? Or a mink? Something small? He goes, all right, I'll get to the bottom of it. He's kind of looking into the doorway of the outhouse, and nothing looks out of place. Gets his headlamp. He's going to look down where the shit goes. He looked down, and just below the underside of the toilet, where the NFK deposits shit freckles, is a face. A big, giant face that on a cartoon would sing a song called Bare Necessities. Except it wasn't blue. It was black. A black bear is in the shitter. And he's like, I'll be damned if you're going to take a shit on my face. And bears have those big-ass paws with the claws. They'll just shred you. What the? Shreds her ass. He's like, what the fuck is this? You're taking a shit on me. And he took his claw and just shredded her ass with his big paw. Oh, my God. I open the toilet seat, and there's a bare face right there, right at the level of the seat, looking right back through the hole, right at me, he says, I just shut the lid as fast as I could. I said, there's a bear there. We got to get out of here now. And he says, and we ran back to the yurt as fast as we could. Now, you might be like, well, what did the bear do? Did he climb in that with his, like fucking Pooh Bear getting stuck while he's getting a thing of honey? Did he go down the thing? No. There was an opening in the back. Once safely back inside, they treated Shannon with the first aid kit. They determined it wasn't that serious, but they would, they got to get out of it. It was bleeding, but it wasn't super bad, she said. The next morning, they found bear tracks all over the property. The bear had left the area. You could see them across the snow. And then the neighbors are like, there's been one roaming around here. That's very similar to Fear Bunker North because, if there's a bear in the woods, you usually know about it. People have seen the fucker, and then usually they stay there for like years at a time. So you got to kind of be on the lookout for a bear up north, and that has happened. There was one time in particular, my dad told me that he was sleeping in the actual Fear Bunker North in the trailer, and the bear was outside, and they snort. They're like, woof, 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 woof. And they when they're looking around for shit or they're getting annoyed, they make these really, really weirdo noise that probably you might hear Boring Dean when he's having sex. Gross. And that does happen. Occasionally you see the bear, you just got to bang a couple of pots and pans. Carry your pistol with you in case you got to shoot him in the face or something. Not that that's going to help. It's probably just going to annoy him. But, typically and you want to make it an unpleasant experience. Make yourself big. Do not run from the bear. Join hands. Make yourself as large as possible. Stomp, scream, yell, do whatever you have to do. Look into the outhouse to make sure there is no bear in the shitter. My God, I would have freaked out, man. My chew. Incredible. Let's see. Nick says, literally, that's Pooh Bear. Dean says the bear got shit-faced. Ah! Craig is still defending sending the story along that was 8 years old. I did nothing other than forwarded a story that hit my news feed. No clue why. No, that's true. I'm not the dumbass that went live with it and got butthurt because nobody agreed with me. Aw. I'm completely anticipating being the A of D. I don't know what that means. I think Craig thought that I was going to be more pissed off about that. It's actually pretty funny that actually happened. But it's still 99% your fault. Everybody knows that. There isn't a person that thinks that was my fault. Just like everybody agrees with me that it should be no problem that guy fought in the ring. But it doesn't matter. The point is moot. He doesn't fight anymore. All right. Shut up, Dean. I did do the research. I read the story, you fucking caveman. All right, folks. Thanks again. I appreciate it. My Eric Dane. Old ass stories that he's talking about on the show. He doesn't do a research. A of D. Asshole of the day. I didn't get to the asshole of the day. I skipped it. Asshole of the day is A and D. I don't know the nomenclature. Asshole of the day, A of D. I don't know the nomenclature. I'm gonna save the asshole of the day for the Patreon. All right, yeah, I'll do that because I'm out of time and I want to go get some coffee. Have a good one, folks. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.